And who's in charge of it? Whoever they are? Looks like they have everything they need for their research. New Star's logo, but no Isa.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. All right, so this is part five. If you missed part four from yesterday, I suggest go watch part four. So, what do I think about this game so far? My honest, humble opinion, I think it's a good game as far as like a independent indie game. You know, it has an interesting story. Um, they crash on this planet, and both her, Ariane, and Thomas, they're separated, but they crashed on the same planet, right? The difference is they cannot find each other, but they do find some traces of each other. Um, and the interesting part is, and this is my theory, is that when we switch back to Thomas, we see that he's in the desert. Like I don't mean desert, but like a canyon, Grand Canyon type desert style planet. And then when we switch back to her, it's all ice and snow. Everything's frozen with ice and snow. So that tells me that we're on the same planet but a different timeline, meaning different dimension. Like they somehow split into two different dimensions. And this is my theory. This is what I think. And I think that's what makes this game so intriguing. I like it so far. I like it for what it is, not for what I wanted it to be. I did complain a little bit about climbing, but I understand why she has to climb because the way the terrain is, and you have to do a lot of climbing. Imagine like if you're like stuck in Himalayas or Alps in Switzerland. Of course, you'll be doing a lot of climbing. You know what I mean? So so same thing here, obviously. So she found this base, but it doesn't have the European Space Agency logo, which is ESA. ESA stands for European Space Agency. And she didn't find any logo of ESA, which is European Space Agency. Um, so what happened here? I think it's every single uh, person that came to this planet, they ended up in the different realities and different dimensions. Like look at it this way. Imagine if our planet has many similar dimensions, right? It is our planet, right? It looks the same. It has the moon, the same Milky Galaxy, but there's another dimension that also has a Mixy Galaxy, a Milky Mixy, Milky Galaxy, right? So think of it like that. Imagine if our Milky Galaxy had different dimensions, like variety of different infinite of dimensions. And there's many versions of me, many versions of you in the vast of universe, right? Called densities of universe of dimensions, many different layer of densities. Okay, so which density level did you end up? Did you end up in the density level where it's all ice on this planet, or did you end up in the density level of dimension where everything is peaceful, there's no wars, there's no crime, there's no violence, everything's hunky dory, right? So you could be in an alternate reality of different densities of different realities. And I think that's what's going on this planet. That's my honest opinion, you know, which makes this game very interesting.
This is Dr. Aryan Montclair, astrobiologist of Hope 1. Anybody copy? Of course, a functioning radio would have been too much to ask. But hey, it's okay. I got this. I don't know what happened to this crew, or what their mission was. All I know is it's not too late for mine.
All right,
Let's see what's downstairs.
yeah, let's go see what's downstairs.
Hello? Is anybody there? Guess I'm gonna have to invite myself in.
The graphics are as good as Starfield. The graphics are really good. They're as good as Starfield. But you have to remember, this is a small budget, independent developer. Don't nod, and I think they did a great job.
This looks like my rover. Now, is there a manual somewhere? That's handy. Now I can fix the rover upstairs.
There you go. Let's fix that rover. What is this?
That creature hunting me? He's a collective of nidocytes. They react to magnetic waves. That's why the AM scanner buzzes when the creature's close. They call it the Nemesis. Ominous choice. What else do they know about it?
They see somebody was here before her, um, and before Thomas and her. They were here before, and they're leaving some clues, and traces of um, what they have discovered on this planet. And I think as she goes further into this discovery, looking for Thomas and going through this planet, I think she will discover even more clues as to what this Menace's entity is and uh, what this planet it's all about. And I think it has to do something with it's a interdimensional planet that has vast of different density layers of dimensions. And everyone who came to visit this planet ended up in a different time frame or a different timeline, or a different dimension. I call it alternate reality. It's the same planet, but in alternate time, an alternate reality, you know. And there's a lot of theories uh, regarding dimensions, interdimensional entities, interdimensional beings. You know, this is what we are having a difficulty grasping and understanding when it comes to universe. Universe is so big and infinite, man, infinite of possibilities. You know, and but our brain is just cannot reach that far to understand and grasp the reality of what the universe really is. Um, and that's why I'm always open to all the possibilities. People say, "Oh, come on, there's no such thing as dimensions," and I'm like, "How do you know? How do you know?" And then people ask me, "How do you know that they exist?" I said, "Well, I look up into space, I look up in the universe, and I can't explain what that is. How did that all become? Where does it end?" And then when I give people this kind of reply, Then they like, okay, well, let's change the subject then. How about this weather, right? You know, did you watch the playoffs and NBA, right? The people change subject because now they realize, oh, well, I have no answer for the universe. So what I'm simply saying is you have to be, as a scientist, you have to be open-minded of all sorts of possibilities. You cannot be a scientist if you limit yourself to what's possible or not possible. You know, you can't discover new things if you're limiting yourself in some sort of beliefs, thinking that no, there's no such thing as aliens or other species out there. It's just us, blah blah blah. That's limited thinking. Then you're limiting yourself, you know, as a scientist. Even Tyson, Neil deGrasse, was it Neil deGrasse Tyson? Will tell you the same thing. And he's a physicist. He's a scientist. Neil Tyson. Neil Tyson deGrasse will probably tell you the same thing.
Had another run-in with the Nemesis in the northern sector. I escaped by a real miracle, thanks to one of those magnetic anomalies we sometimes
Looks
see
like
in the
Russians
snow,
were here.
Well, guess what? The stupid beast was all over it, like it was catnip. So I got away while it was distracted. No idea what that anomaly is, or why the Nemesis loves it so much. Gotta ask Kano if her experiments could have something to do with it. But imagine if we found a way to neutralize the Nemesis with it.
So this looks like some kind of a Russian team encountered this nemesis on this northern sector. Northern sector 23.
Using a magnetic anomaly against the Nemesis. I wonder if the EM scanner would work. If only I could ask this mystery crewmate. Until then, I'd better look out for those anomalies. Hold on. Have I checked everything here?
Oh, that's right. We have to go upstairs. I mean, if you watch uh, uh, Neil uh, Neil deGrasse, is it Neil deGrasse Tyson or Neil Tyson deGrasse? Anyway, Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you watch his interviews, he always says that he's open for, all these ideas that uh, there's possibility that there's other life form out there. But he also believes in scientific proof, proving things. He's not like discounting, like a lot of people misunderstood Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's not like discounting the idea that there's dimensions out there. He's not discounting this idea that there's all these other possibilities. What he's simply saying is this is why we have science. Once the science proves it, then we'll know for a fact. But until the science proves it, we'll just have to keep it as a theory. Same thing with the Einstein theory, right? What was it called? Bending space and time. Uh, Theory of, what was it called? I know there's a theory that he had, like bending space and time. I forgot what it was called, but he had a theory on that, that if you bend space and time, that you could you can have a better shortcut from point A to point B instead of just traveling in a traditional way. I think he was talking about speed of light, going faster than speed of light, bending space and time. I forgot the theory, what the theory was. You guys probably know. So I need to craft a new rover here.
Time to give up your secrets at last. Let's see. A broken circuit. That's why the memory card is stuck.
All right, well, let's fix it.
Ready? Voila! They thought this ice sample could explain the anomalies in the magnetic field. I need to find a way to study it.
Find a way to study the ice sample. Okay. I found an ice sample in the rover I rescued, but I'm not sure what Dr. Makinde planted, no, not planted, planned to do with it. I need to look for ways to study the sample. Okay. I don't know why some people are uh, disliking this game. Um, I mean, it's not for everyone. I understand. Um, but for people to say that it's a bad game, like what's so bad about it? Like you ask them, they say, "Oh, it's a bad game. We don't like it." And I'm like, "Well, what's so bad about it? What is it that you don't like about it?"
Oh, wow. The mystery crew must have been here for a while.
Okay, so source New Horizon base. Um, my advice to you guys is, it's on Game Pass. Try it. Don't listen to other people. Everyone has their own opinions and their own reasoning why they don't like a specific game. If I listen to other people and listen to their reasonings, I wouldn't. I wouldn't see one. Dude, I first of all, I wouldn't see one single movie. I wouldn't watch one single TV show. I certainly wouldn't play one single video game if I was to listen to other people. And it's on Game Pass. Like, dude, like you don't have to buy it. It's on Game Pass. Go and try it, play it. Um, you know, the reason some people are like, they're like, I don't want to play this game. It doesn't have that many players. It doesn't have that many players on the Steam. Like, I don't care that it doesn't have that many players on the Steam. It's not just on the Steam. It's on PlayStation. It's on Xbox. It's on Xbox Game Pass, Xbox PC app. It's not all just Steam. Everyone's just so stuck on the Steam, Valve Steam, like they think it's some sort of a holier than thou platform. Like, oh, if people are like, dude, people are playing elsewhere. They're playing on the Xbox app, PC app. They're playing on a console. It's not just Steam, you know. But why is it that not many people are playing it on Steam? Because of Crimson Desert. It's simple. Simple answer. Crimson Desert. Everyone's playing Crimson Desert. People don't have time to play this. But just because they don't have that many players playing this game doesn't necessarily mean, oh, it's a bad game. Okay. So, my advice to you guys is try it for yourself. My rule of thumb is to try. Uh, uh, well, I'll give you one example. Like yesterday, I was worried about if Man on Fire uh, TV show was going to be good, and I was like, I don't know, I'm not so sure. I think it's going to be not that good. I like, the Denzel Washington version of Man on Fire was one of my favorite movies in 2004. So how could you make it better than that? Well, then I realized Man on Fire, it's based on a book. There's also an old movie like in the 80s. I think it was late 70s or early 80s. That was also made and it was based on a book. Well, Man on Fire, directed by Tony Scott, Denzel Washington, Dakota Fanning, that blonde little girl who has now grown up. She was also with the Equalizer #3 with Denzel. But I wasn't so sure about this new Man on Fire on Netflix. But let me tell you, I'm so glad that I. Sorry about that. My headset keep turning off and on microphone. I don't know why. I'm using the Xbox wireless headset. Uh, I'm not going to spoil anything regarding Man on Fire TV show. It's 7 episodes. It's on Netflix. I just want to say this. I'm so glad that I was wrong because I was judging the trailer, and based on the trailer, I thought, is this a ripoff from Denzel's Washington movie Man on Fire? And the way the trailer was kind of set up, it was like John Creasy, right? But it feels like a ripoff. And I wasn't so sure. But my God, I'm so glad that I was wrong. You see, the trailer sometimes doesn't. That's the beauty about that trailer. It was put well. It's just I didn't understand it. They don't really tell you much in that trailer. But when you go watch the TV show, let me tell you, I was impressed by this Man on Fire TV show on Netflix. I just finished it today, and let me tell you, man, uh, amazing. Like two thumbs up, way up. It was really done well. What's so great about it is the character development and how well it's played by this actor. I never heard of this actor, but man, he's as good as Denzel, honestly. Almost like a late cousin of Denzel. Um, I forgot his name. It's something. Uh, I can't remember what the name was. It's like a very long name. Has a very long name. I wish I could remember it. But anyway, this guy did a great job as John Creasy, and the TV show is really done well. I just finished it, um, and I think you guys will love it. I can't wait for the second season, but the first season, 7 episodes, um, was really done well, honestly. And forget the trailer. Trailer, that's how you do a trailer. Just give little bits and pieces. Don't tell you much. But man, wow, dude, that was job well done. This is what I'm talking about. Like Netflix. Before we continue, Netflix, this is what I want to see. These are the kind of TV shows that I want to see. Um, and I think Netflix did a fantastic job with this Man on Fire. And the TV show was done really, really well, you know. And I think you guys will agree when you go see it. I'm not going to spoil anything. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just telling you, you should watch it. It was really, really done well. But why am I mentioning Man of Fire? Because you don't know unless you try something. That's my rule of thumb. Don't judge a trailer. You see a movie trailer, you see a short teaser trailer. It doesn't really tell you much until you actually see the TV show, see the movie. And same goes for the video games. Until you try it, you don't know. And I'm so glad that I watched Man of Fire TV show, all 7 episodes. It was really done well. And the only thing I can tell you a little bit about the TV show is it deals with the um, not too much, but just a little bit with uh, post stress traumatic disorder. It's called PS. What was it called? Post stress traumatic disorder. PST. PS. What's it called? PSTD. PSTD. Or is it post PTSD? I'm sorry. Post traumatic PTSD. Post traumatic stress disorder. PTSD. Not too much, but there's a little bit of PTSD in there. But it was done really well, like the character and uh, the actors, the cast. Um, I'm not going to tell you where it takes place, where the TV show takes place, because I don't want to spoil anything. But let me tell you, I was impressed. I was like, wow, dude, this is how you do a TV show. This is how you write a good TV show. And you can predict nothing. It's so unpredictable. Like the TV show is so good that it's so done well, it's unpredictable. And it keeps you at the edge of your seat all the way throughout the end. And it was done so well. So there you go. I recommend Man on Fire. But the reason I'm mentioning Man on Fire because I was wrong. Remember yesterday I said, I don't know about this trailer. It looks like a ripoff of Denzel's Man on Fire from 2004. But I was wrong. I was wrong. When I went to see it, I was like, wow, dude, this is really done well. Job well done. So go watch it. But the point I'm trying to make here is you don't know unless you try it. You have to try things out for yourself. So same thing with this game. You have to try it. I'm like right now um, the way I live my life is basically I want to try it for myself. I'm not just going to listen to other people's opinions and listen to what other people are saying. I will try it for myself and see if I like it. Because at the end of the day, if I like it or or you like it, that's all that matters. If you like it, it doesn't matter what I think. Same thing with this game. I don't care what other people think. If I like it, that's all that matters. So the whole point I'm trying to make here with this game and Man on Fire is uh, don't just listen to what other people are saying. Try things out for yourself. So, but I'm recommending Man on Fire. Believe me, it takes something very impressive to impress me. I'm not that easy to impress, and this TV show has impressed me. It was written well, was acted well, it was done well. Job well done. 2 thumbs up, way up. I'm like, finally, Netflix is back. I was like, oh my God, what a good way to start a summer, right? What a good way to start a summer with the Man on Fire, but they've done a fantastic job. Anyway, let's continue.
I bet they were after the source too.
So I guess this Russian crew that was here, they were looking for this nemesis and the origin of this nemesis. But see, these Russian guys, they ended up in this dimension, and where Thomas ended up, it's a different dimension. So how she will be able to communicate with him, with Thomas, and how Thomas will be able to communicate with her, even though they're in a different dimensions. Well, I guess we'll find out. Hold on a second. Is there something I'm missing here?
New Horizon Base. Who are these people? They can't be Isa, or we would have known about them. I need to tell Thomas. Another mission to Persephone before ours. This changes everything.
ESA is European European Space Agency. As far as I can remember, I think it stands for European Space Agency. European Space Agency.
Glaciomagnetic Research Station. That must be where I am.
That's where she's at. And then we got the source over here on this side and the New Horizon base. And that's where we need to go. We need to go to New Horizon base and look at all these mountains we have to climb.
They were monitoring that unusual EM field. Well, I'm dying to know what they found. Glyphs. Do they mean those ice formations that look like sculptures? They think the magnetic lines all converge there. Makes sense. They call it a nexus. I saw it after that pulse wave hit. So there are others like it too.
But what is the point of this energy? That's what she really needs to figure out. Why this energy is here and what's so specific what's so specific about this energy on this planet. Um, and this is the intriguing part about this game. It's like the unknown. Like, how could you not enjoy a story that has the unknown elements? I don't like simple stories. I don't like predictable stories. One of the reasons I didn't like that movie Apex with Charlize Theron, because it was so predictable. It was so lame. You know. Same thing with that other movie, Thrasher. Thrasher. It was like ridiculous. Like you have a bunch of sharks swimming up in the in the living room, in the kitchen, in the attic. You got a bunch of sharks. It's ridiculous, right? Um, it don't even get me started with the Rip, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. The Rip. Oh God, one of the worst movies this year. Period. I think The Rip will go down in history as one of the worst movies ever. The Rip was so bad. I mean, everything about that movie was bad. So I don't like predictable movies. I don't like predictable video games. I like video games that have a character development, that have a story, that has the unknown elements in it. That was the whole point for you to keep on going is the mystery, the unknown, right? That's the whole point of Final Fantasy, Legend of Zelda, is the unknown. So you can discover the unknown, the mystery, right? That's the whole idea why we want to go into a space in the first place is the unknown, the vast space of universe, the infinite and beyond. To go into the infinite and beyond and discover the unknown. One of the reasons why 2001 Space Odyssey was so successful is because the way Arthur C. Clarke wrote that story, it was about this monolith, but it was also about the AI, but also about the monolith, but also about the universe, the unknown. We are drawn to the unknown. We like the unknown. The unknown gets us excited, keeps us interested. And that's the kind of stories I like, you know. Um, and I think that's what people are missing about this game. It's the unknown, the adventure. And it's done by independent developers, you know. Wait a minute. Is there something else? Hold on. Wait a minute. No, I think we got everything. I already checked that, didn't I?
Who are you, Dr. McKinda?
McKinda.
Did you know we were coming?
What was her name? That's Tiger Sokolov, Commander Leary, Marcus McCallan, and Diana McKinday. Look, not every game it's made for everyone. And it's okay if you don't like these types of games where you have to think a lot, where you have to wonder a lot, discover a lot, then go play something else. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Not every game is made for everyone. Like I don't know where people got this idea that every game is made for everyone. Not every movie is made for everyone. Not every TV show is made for everyone. But I'm not going to say, "Ooh, this is a bad game," because it's not my type of game. You never heard me say Elden Ring sucks. Never. I simply said I don't I don't I don't like Elden Ring. I don't play it. I don't like those types of games, but I would never say it's a bad game. You guys catch my drift? I never said Elden Ring is the worst game on the planet. I simply said it's not for me. I don't play those types of games. But I would never say that the Elden Ring is a horrible game. It's a game of the year for crying out loud. Okay? But just because it's not my kind of game, that doesn't mean I'm going to go ahead and tell everybody, oh, this is the worst game ever. I don't do that. And it's okay. You don't have to like every game, but don't say that it's a horrible game because it's not your kind of game. Ask Malcolm for coffee. Formula.
We all have our reasons to fight for the future. Is it true, Dr. McKinda? Were we right about the source after all?
Let me see. Ask Malcolm for coffee. Formula.
Project Aphelion is going exactly as planned. The incision at the source is complete. The subsequent rise in water temperature is encouraging. The increased nardicide count in the vicinity is, in my opinion, irrelevant. My recommendation is to maintain the separation of the source. The energy surge downstream is key to transforming the area into a sustainable habitat for humans. Talk to you soon, Dr. McKinder.
McKinda. Oh, that's her name, McKinda. See, did we read this? Yeah, we did. I think we did. We read all of this.
The source? A habitat for humans? That's gotta be why the planet's melting. They're raising the temperature of the water. They were figuring out a way for us to live here. That means it can be done. That means there's hope. Another lab. Outside. Something in that lab can analyze this ice sample for me. I'm sure of it.
All right, well, there's another lab nearby. Let's go visit this lab nearby. It's really done well for a small studio. A lot of people ask me, why are you so impressed by the graphics of this game? Dude, it's a small studio. And then you look at Bethesda. Bethesda, it's a behemoth, right? It's a huge studio with so much resources, $200 million on the Starfield. Now, I'm not trying to compare Starfield with this. Starfield is a much bigger game. There's so much you can do in Starfield. I'm not trying to compare this to Starfield. But if you look at the graphics in Starfield and you compare it to this, you have to say, wow, dude, for a small independent developer team, indie team, this is pretty impressive. Okay, guys, you have to you have to look at this game for what it is, not for what you wanted it to be. This is not a big budget, like $200 million game. The way they were talking about Starfield, it was like, oh my God, it was so ridiculous. Now, Starfield is great. You can have so much fun playing that game. There's so much to do, but that's a huge, studio with $200 million. This, it's a small independent developer, and I appreciate uh, small developers and their hard work because they're selling their games very cheap, and at the same time, they're passionate about what they're making. You know,
I wonder what happened here.
and it's on Game Pass. I mean, it's on Game Pass. Like, I don't, I don't know why people are complaining. Like, it's on Game Pass, dude. You know, and it's very cheap. It's cheap. They're not charging you, you know, $60 or $70. Even Samsung, it's only what, $25. People can't like enjoy it for what it is. Like I look at Samsung and look, I haven't played Samsung. I just want to say this. I will play Samsung, but I'm waiting for it to come to Game Pass. When Samsung comes to Game Pass, I will play it 100%. I promise you, 100%. As soon as Samson comes to Game Pass, I will play Samson. And I'm sure I will enjoy it. I'm sorry, my microphone keeps going off and on this Xbox wireless headset. I don't know what's going on. It keeps turning off and on. So my apologies about that. But what I was saying earlier is, yes, I will play Samson when it comes to Game Pass, 100%, 100%. And I will enjoy it for what it is, not for what I wanted it to be. Same thing goes for Code Violet. Now, Code Violet, they were charging too much. $50 for Code Violet, it was too much. I think $25 would have been a fair price for Code Violet. But, you know, we can all have a debate about that. Uh, but I think Code Violet should have been $25. I don't agree with the price with Code Violet. Now, I did enjoy Code Violet for what it is, not for what I wanted it to be. What people ask me, what did you enjoy about it? I enjoyed the story. I know the gameplay and the combat and all that wasn't all that great. There was too many bugs, but the story was great. I did enjoy the story. Okay, of Code Violet. Okay, I guess we're not going this way. Hold on, what is this? I think we have to go on the other side. Hold on, let's see. Oh, by the way, this live stream it's in 1440p. It's in 1440p. It's being streamed in 1440p. There's something here. Hold on. Ah, I see it. It's blocking it again. Ah, there it is. See, now it's working. There we go. Right here. There we go.
Very handy.
We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. See, I like this, figuring things out. Okay? So now I know what I have to do here. See? Here we go. One, two, three, and four. See? Hold on, hold on. What are you doing? Take it easy. Calm down. Right. There's another lab right here. Okay, perfect.
Let's see what's cooking over here.
Yes, let's see. Now, before we go in there, let me just go grab some drinks. I'm thirsty. It is hot, and even at night, it's hot down here in Miami. So I need some drinks, man. I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. What do we have here?
Persephone's Aphelion is decades away. Clearly, these people had long-term ambitions.
Some kind of a 3D printer.
Conscious design shaping Persephone's landscape? It sounds crazy, but I've seen it with my own eyes.
Wow.
The EM field expressing consciousness. What are they talking about?
Where this Nemesis entity comes from. Ice-based microbiome reactive to Persephone's electromagnetic field, forming a cluster, a swarm of archive nemesis. What is it? Does it come from the source? Wait, there's something here. Did I listen to this? I did. The EM spectrum amplifier allows us to study the hypothesized electromagnetic network of Persephone.
Whatever they did at the source, it changed the EM field, and they wanted to understand how. Where are you now, Dr. McKinda? Did you find answers? You clearly thought the answers were in the ice. Well, maybe with this spectrum amplifier I can unlock them for myself. Thomas, your lucky charm's working.
Yeah, what happened to all of them? That's the question. They all just magically disappeared, or did they disappear to a different dimension? Right? Makes you wonder. Did they disappear? Clearly they disappeared, but where did they disappear to? Oh, can I make this jump? I don't think so. No. We're not finished here. There's more to do here, I think. Hmm. There was a bridge, but the bridge is now destroyed. I need to figure out how to get this bridge back up to work again. I don't think there's any way of making this bridge work. Yeah, this is damaged. Oh yeah. Do I want to jump? See if I can. No, it's too much of a distance. I think I have to jump. There is, there's no way of fixing this bridge. I mean, this bridge is destroyed. Yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah, how you gonna fix it? Mr. 4K, you having a brain fart. You can't fix this bridge. I have no material to fix it. The only thing I can do is just jump. Exactly. Sometimes I have a brain fart.
Shit!
I really do.
It followed me here. If I could just keep it away for long enough to make it back to the main
Shit,
grid.
he followed her. We need to go there to the spectrum amplifier. Anyway, like I said, sometimes I have a brain fart. Like I was thinking maybe I can fix this bridge, but I wasn't sure. I was like, maybe there's some sort of material that I can use, or I can use a printer to print some sort of material in a laboratory, something like that. Build some sort of a structure that I can use here, but no, I don't think developers would have you go through all that to build the bridge. Although I wouldn't mind actually using a printer or something to build the material to build a bridge here to cross it. I think that would be interesting. Like you have to go and collect some materials and then use those materials for the 3D printer to print some sort of a structure that you can place here to be a bridge. But you have to remember, developers don't have the resources to do all that stuff here to make all these options available. You know, it's not a Starfield. You know, I have to keep remembering this is not a Starfield. You're not building any bridges. You're not doing, you know, it's not Death Stranding. Well, in Death Stranding, that's all you do. It's build bridges. Speaking of Death Stranding, it's coming to PC this way. Take it easy.
actually worked.
Oh, that's good.
Quick now.
That'll keep him busy.
Another one of those magnetic anomalies. But I haven't seen this type before. That must be the anomaly the guy was talking about. To distract the creature. Shit. Wasn't fast enough.
That was good. Create a distraction. Uh-oh. Shit. Can you make that jump? Job well done. You got this. Oh,
All clear. Let's see to that spectrum amplifier now.
there you
Would my
go.
grapple work for this? Another useful trick to know.
Speaking of Death Stranding, I actually enjoyed building bridges in Death Stranding and roads and bridges. That was actually a fun part about that game. And then sharing your roads and bridges that you have created with other players so they can see it as they're traveling. They can see what you build. Here goes it, another bridge destroyed. My Xbox Series X headset, it's constantly turning off and on. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it's doing that. I mean, I have it plugged into my USB charger, so I don't think it's the batteries. It's something else going on. Like it always turns off by itself. I don't know why. And I always have to turn it back on. So if I'm talking and all of a sudden you don't hear me anymore, that's because of my Xbox Series X wireless headset. Yeah, this is my Xbox Series X wireless headset that also works with the PC as well. It's a great headset, great sound, great mic. I mean, listen to this microphone. It's really good. It's great. I have no complaint about like, you know, the quality and the sound. It's just it keeps turning off like every like 10 minutes it turns off and I don't know why. Now, what do we have here? We already been here. Can we make it here? I think we can. Here we go.
So it's a cliff too. Persephone's language.
And what do we have here? I know what that is. That's a distraction.
Right now.
Okay, how do we get up there? Hold on. I feel like I'm running in circles, like I already been here. So what kind of headset am I using? I'm using a Xbox wireless headset, you know, the one that's designed for Xbox Series X and S, and you can also use it with a PC, obviously. And I like this headset, I really do. It's only $100 when I purchased it, but it's a really good uh, wireless headset. Uh, the microphone, as you can see, is very clear. The quality of audio is great. Uh, my only my only negative, it's the fact that the microphone keeps turning off like every 10 minutes.
Thomas, I have so much to tell you. You won't believe me, but I found a lab. A fully equipped lab. I may have found something that proves the source is habitable. I need to conduct an experiment to be sure of it, though. And after that, I'll meet you at the source. You'll see, Thomas. We're about to make it. We're going to keep our promise.
You know what's so intriguing about this game is unknown. Like I want to see what's going to happen once we get to the source. Is she going to be able to get in touch with Thomas, or is Thomas going to be able to get in touch with her? And I think this is the intriguing part about this game that I really like. I love story driven. games. I love story-driven games. If they have a really good story, great character development, very intriguing story, oh yeah, I I will play that game till the very end because I want to know what happens. For the same reason, Code Violet, I wanted to know what happens at the end. For the same reason, Mind's Eye, you know, even though Mind's Eye was a, complete failure in terms of gameplay, but in terms of story, it was a very interesting story. And I really wanted to see what happens at the end. And the way the game ended with Mind's Eye, I want to know what happens in a sequel. So I love stories, you know. Okay, let's move out. I'm missing something here. Hold on.
So this is a spectrum amplifier. They designed it to study anomalies in the EM field. Let's do it then. Thomas? Are you okay?
Shit.
Oh, so it's recording everything that has happened in this other dimension, in this alternative reality.
You're really hurt. Thomas, tell me where you are. Tell me. No, no.
I see what's going on. I see what's going on, dude.
What are these visions? Some kind of particle effect from the magnetic network. They do not obey the laws of time. Like some residue. Or an echo.
For a dimension.
The first time I saw you, you just discovered something. You wanted me to see it. You found the base, didn't you? You'll bleed out before you make it to the source.
So now we're switching back to Thomas. I like how it switches back from Ariane and then to Thomas.
Aphelion. I don't know what this is, but it changes everything. This would blow your mind. You've got to come here and see this. Jack. Mission Control, I have confirmed visual on what appears
Same
to be
planet,
a
alternate
settlement.
reality, meaning another
I have
dimension,
no idea how
but the
this is
same planet.
possible, but whoever they are, they must have supplies and comms and answers. Especially answers, right?
So everyone who came here, they all got
Let's find
split
out.
into different dimensions. You know, what shows up to him, it's a different reality. What shows up to her, it's a different reality. So they're separated into two different alternate realities on the same planet. Imagine if this planet had alternate realities, different dimensions. It's still the same planet, okay? Still looks the same. It has a moon, right? Um, Same Mixy galaxy, Mixy, M- Milky Galaxy, Mixy Galaxy, Milky Galaxy with the same planets. We're in the same solar, system, Milky Galaxy, but different reality. And you're like, well, wait a minute. This is the same planet that I know, but it's a different reality. Now, this is my theory. This is what I think is going on here. Now, the only downside in playing as Thomas, he always needs the oxygen, and you always have to refill his oxygen tank because his oxygen tank it's damaged and it constantly needs to be hooked to this cable, and that's the challenge you'll have to deal with playing as Thomas.
Hmm. This looks like a much larger mission than ours.
Unknown base, we have to
Put
make it there.
together facility like this. Another
All right,
sign
let's
of the
hurry up.
attempt to New Star. But then why would they keep it from us?
Wait, where do we go then? No, we cannot go that way. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Plug it back in. Oh, I see.
Hope 1, Officer Thomas Cross to unknown base. Do you read me? Thomas Cross to unknown base. ESA-led mission Hope 1 in distress after emergency landing. In need of immediate medical attention. Do you copy? Over. Just how many people are stationed here?
The
Let's
base.
hope they're the kind who put the kettle on for a guest.
Oh my God, hurry up, dude. You need oxygen. Christ. Get in there.
No power.
Oh shit, man.
That's not good.
Hurry up, dude. go. I have to say, this game has an amazing graphics for a indie developer. It's pretty impressive in my humble, honest opinion. I think it's great, honestly, for a small studio. Come on, I think it's pretty impressive. I know I'm on a PC, sure, very high settings, but still pretty impressive. Can I be honest? Can I be honest? Design of this planet looks way better than design of Starfield planets. If I can be completely honest, when I look at the design of this planet, it really it makes Starfield look like a low budget game. Really, I know Starfield's been around for 3 years. It's an old game now, 3 years, but still, this is a small developer, and you compare design of the planets of Starfield versus the design of the planet here. Clearly, dude, like this looks better, in my opinion. All right, we need to find the power. Let's unplug the cable. There has to be power over there somewhere. Don't run out of oxygen, dude.
No choice. If I don't find an oxygen tank, it's the end of my illustrious career. Locked.
We need power. That's the generator. Generator is locked. We need to figure out the way inside.
Walls. Closed doors. Radio silence. What are they hiding from?
There we go.
There. The fence is broken. That's my way in. Okay then. Let's have a look. Come on, come on. Bingo. Thomas Cross reporting from unknown base. I found the main generator, but someone switched it off by manual override. Now, why would they cut their own power? I'm on my way to investigate the interior. Oh, and I suppose I'm in urgent need of an oxygen tank, and ideally a med bay. But otherwise, all good. Cross out. System locked down. Hello? Anybody? Somebody help. I'm an ESA astronaut. I'm badly injured. For fuck's sake, I need help! System locked down. Hello? Anybody? Somebody help. I'm an ESA astronaut. I'm badly injured. For fuck's sake, I need help! Why would the whole base be under lockdown? Any reason you can think of is bad.
Level of design. Like you look at this planet, you look at the clouds, the level of detail and design, and you compare it to Starfield. And I know Starfield, it's a much bigger game. There's so much to do on Starfield. It's a huge game. But honestly, when you compare Starfield in terms of like design and graphics in comparison to this game, it really makes Starfield look like a low budget in comparison to this one. And this is coming from a small indie developer studio called Don't Nod. Okay, you look at these graphics and you tell me, put it side by side with Starfield. What looks better, Starfield or this? I have to tell you, considering Bethesda spent $200 million on Starfield. And I understand Starfield, it's a role-playing game. It's a sandbox, open world role-playing game. There's so much to do, so many side missions to do. There's so many choices you can make in the game. You can put thousands of hours, literally, you could put thousands of hours in the next 3 years with Starfield. Thousands of hours in the next 3 years. Um, so that's there's certainly an appealing aspect of Starfield. But in terms of graphics, let's be honest. Look how beautiful this looks. And it's a small indie developer studio versus Starfield. And every planet of Starfield looks kind of, kind of the same. So we need to override this emergency lockdown here. We need to figure out how to do it. Impressive detail. And I know this is a smaller game, more linear, but for $200 million, you think Bethesda would have achieved something like this in terms of detail. This is just my opinion. I'm not like shitting on Starfield, but if you look at the planets that you visit on Starfield, they all kind of look the same. I'm not saying that they all look similar, okay? That they all look identical. I'm not saying that. But if you look at every and each planet on Starfield that you visit, they all kind of, remember this word, kind of look the same. Same thing goes for No Man's Sky. Every planet kind of looks the same, right? You look at Starfield and No Man's Sky, every planet you go to visit on both Starfield and No Man's Sky looks kind of the same. We need to figure out how to override
There were rovers here before. They must be getting in through that little hatch.
rovers. We need to figure out how to override this lockdown. A little hatch. Maybe these rovers can help us get inside the facility, and maybe they can help us figure out how to override this lockdown so we can open this facility. This is a huge facility.
I wonder if I could get in that way. Might be a tight squeeze, but
Oh, I'm sure you
I'll
can
still
get in.
fit, yeah?
Come on.
Problem is, I can't get in without a rover. I need to find another one.
Need to find a rover, dude. Wait, is that a rover over there? I think it is. Hold on.
Found you. afraid you've still got work to do, mate.
Well, why don't you fix it? Fix it, Thomas.
This is the part that triggers the rover hatch.
Well, you the technician, Thomas. Fix it, Thomas.
This should get me through that hatch. Let's hope I can fit my old carcass inside.
Where was the hatch? Where the hell was the hatch? Did I just forget where the hatch was? No, it's right here. It's right here. Jesus. There you go. Come on, Thomas. Pull yourself together.
God, I'm too old for this.
You're starting to sound like Danny Glover. I'm too old for this shit. What the hell?
What was that?
What the hell?
Hello?
Hello? I come in peace. All right? Please. Come in peace. Very peaceful. Please. Come in peace. That's one of my favorite quotes in the Lethal Weapon movies. Is Danny Glover. Danny Glover. Ah, I'm too old for this shit. What a great movie.
These are the same type of machines Arian and I trained on. But we had no idea all this would be here. I feel like anyone's been here for a while. But who knows? Now, where would you have the med bay be? Hello? Hope One, Officer Thomas Cross. Anyone here? I'm in need of immediate medical attention. Fairly alarmed here.
I don't know. I think there's a reason why they have this facility on a emergency lockdown. Whatever's it's in, is whatever it is that's inside, they don't want it out.
Look at all this. Clearly there was a crew here. The question is, where are they now?
Look at the detail on this game. Seriously. It really makes Starfield look like a low budget game. Why can't Starfield has have why can't they have graphics like this on a Starfield? Maybe it's just me. And of course, it's my opinion. This is all my opinion. Okay.
What the
And I know it's been a
hell?
long time since I played Starfield. Maybe I should start playing it. But honestly, I look at this game and the graphics look much better than what I remember with Starfield. Even though I know it's been what 3 years since I played Starfield, 2023 September, um, and now we're in 2026 April. Um, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but this looks impressive. And what's even more impressive, it's from a small studio, independent small studio. They also worked on the Banishers. Banishers, it's really good game. It's also available on Xbox Game Pass. I highly recommend that you guys play Banishers. It's really good.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh shit, it is. That's why they put on the emergency lockdown. Why you think this base it's on the emergency lockdown? For this reason.
Mission log, Thomas Cross speaking. I'm inside the unknown facility. No signs of life, but something's wrong here. Power down, place in disarray, and I'm pretty sure I'm seeing human blood. And there'll be more if I can't find a med kit.
Wait, let's see what's in this room. Wait a minute. Project Aphelion 2061. Let's get familiar with all of these individuals. They all came to, wait a minute. So they all came to this planet and they all ended up in a different dimension, different reality. See, that's what I'm saying. See, all these characters, they're all part of this mission, Project Aphelion, right? And every single one of them ended up in a different reality, different dimension. I call it dimension. You can call it reality, which is the same thing. Different reality, different dimension. Um, and that's the interesting part. And they all left traces of what transpired, what has happened, and every single one of them has left some trace or a clue for both Thomas and what's her name, Ariane. I think that yeah, that's the name, Ariane. Yeah, but she should be here. How come she's not here? That's isn't that weird? Oh, because this was a different crew that came here before them. So of course Thomas and Ariane, Ariane is not going to be here. Let me see something. Hold on. So Thomas and Ariane, they came after this mission crew, Project Aphelion 2061. Okay, so they came after them.
The first crew on Persephone. I thought that was supposed to be us. They look well enough here. What happened to them?
What is this? We need more energy, clean, laundry, Tiger and Dom. They were assigned to laundry, to do laundry. Rooms, Mal. Oh, this is just like what everyone role was here, what to do, what their job role was. Everyone had a task and a job and a role to play here. Key elements, missions, maintenance machine, Marcus, ice particles, Area 7 anomaly, investigate tremors, Rafe. Okay, so this is just basically what they were assigned to do. Everyone had their assigned tasks, you know, and missions. Let me see some. So Marcus was the maintenance. So he was the maintenance machine uh, technician, and also ice particles uh, expert. So he was an expert on maintaining machine and ice particles. That was his job. And Area 7 anomaly. Okay, let's look at this guy, Marcus. Hold on. Take a good look. Wait a minute. Where is he? Yeah, that's Marcus right there. So what happened to Domenica Cano and Fadera Doan? Hold on.
Looks like they left in a hurry.
Let me check. Oh, what's her name? Ariane. Ariane. She has the those logs from what's her name? Uh, Domenica Cano and Fadera Doan and Tiger Sokolov. This Russian guy, Tiger Sokolov. She has the log, the audio log from Tiger, I think. And then she has written notes from Domenica Cano. Domenica Cano. I think that's her name, right? Yeah, Domenica Cano. But that's a funny thing. Like in these two different realities, Ariane, she would find like their notes, logs, recorded messages, etc., etc. But he doesn't find that here. He finds something different. Um, and it's pretty interesting. Oh, well, no, no, no. They did leave something here. Hold on, there is something. Email message. Hold on. In light of the recent events, I made a difficult decision to put contractor McAllen in quarantine for safety reasons. To this effect, my personal quarters are now temporarily off limits. Those wishing to pay respects should leave their tributes, and prayers outside the door. Commander Leary. So this came from Commander Leary in light of recent events. So something happened, something terribly went wrong. I made a difficult decision to put contractor McAllen in quarantine. McAllen, let's look at him. Hold on. Hold on. Which one of them was McAllen? No, he's not here. But that's Frank Leary. He's the commander, Frank Leary.
Anybody home?
I don't think anybody's here.
This place gives me the creeps. Feels like I'm intruding.
This is where they were sleeping. Pioneers. Who's this? Happy landing anniversary.
Looks like they're having fun. I don't think this will help me, though. Really missing Earth right now. Well, they can't have just disappeared.
I just feel like the team's starting to lose focus. Yeah? Have you smiled today? Done your circulatory exercises? Stop. I mean, there's something in the water. We need to find out what. I don't understand why that's so controversial. Yeah. Since the source went offline, the numbers just skyrocketed. I don't know why either, but I'm told to stop overanalyzing and just make the data work. This is all happening so fast, and it's like there's no one at the wheel. There should be standards, practices. No, who cares about that when New Star's investors have to see a return? New planet, same old story.
Okay, so we already checked the bathroom. Nothing in the bathroom. Let's check over here. It looks like a showers room. Where you can take a shower.
Empty. Of course.
Can you at least take a shower? Since we are in a showers room. All right, follow the blood trail. Wait a minute.
What's this place?
Hold on. Hold on a second. What do we have here? Another log. Let's see what it says. Maybe it's some recording there.
Personal log of Project Aphelion's botanist, Malcolm Spring. I'm reporting on the Marcus McCallan incident. The official company position will be that there was, I think I'm going to be ill, an accident of an unknown cause. But we know the cause. We know it. And then, locking the body away like that? It just doesn't sit right with me. The commander said it was to prevent further distress. But I think he just doesn't want everybody to see how it happened. I didn't like the guy, but he deserves a proper burial. While we still can. The plants are all dying. It feels like the beginning of something really bad. Officer Spring, out.
Hmm. Interesting.
Locked away. What's that all about? Incredible. It looks alive, yet not. How can this plant stay frozen in here?
Something very strange, weird happened here. Something that cannot be explained.
Yeah, that's locked. What's the code here?
What's the code? Hmm. Let's look for the clue. Hold on, let me look over here. Maybe there's a clue. Like I said, something very strange and weird happened here. What's the code? Maybe in a locker room. No, why would it be a locker room? No. Has to be code somewhere here. What's the code? Hmm. Let me see.
Nope. Not it.
There has to be a password somewhere. I feel like I'm missing something here. There has to be a password somewhere here. There has to be a password. Commander Leary's password. What would be his password? What would be his password? The password. The password. The magic password. What's the magic password? Well, the password needs the number. It's the combination number. It's not even a password. It's just, well, it is a password, but it's numbers password. What can it be? How about maybe 32?
Nope. Not it.
Password. Combination code.
McAllen, McKinday, Cano. At least a six-person team. All these people can't just disappear, can they? These are definitely older model spacesuits than ours. Prototypes, maybe.
What is the status of the drilling equipment, Dr. McKindo?
All deployed, Commander. What's on the menu tonight on your side of the planet?
Persephone salad again, I bet. Malcolm's roasting gourds or something from the greenhouse. Depressing.
Sir, we're able to grow food here already. That's a good sign for the mission, right? Eat your vegetables.
You know what they say. You are what you eat. But do we really know for sure what that is? On a damn alien planet?
Oh, right now, I'd kill for some fresh food. All we have at the outpost is freeze-dried.
Yeah. We test and test until we can make it mean what we want it to.
Commander Leary, what does that mean?
I'm just hungry. Leary out.
Okay. I'll I'll tell you what. We'll continue this tomorrow on a part 6, okay? Because right now I'm really tired. I feel very sleepy, and I can think when I'm sleepy. But hey, we'll continue tomorrow. Uh, Tomorrow night. It's Friday. Friday night. We'll continue. Look, I just want to say this. This is a really good game, okay? And this is why you need to try these games before you make any judgments. You don't hear me talk about Pragmata too much, and I try to avoid watching other YouTubers live streams of Pragmata because I don't want any spoilers. I want to experience Pragmata for myself, you know. Um, so listen, if you guys want to try this game, it's on Game Pass. Give it a try. Um, to me, this is a very intriguing game. Okay, it has a lot of unknown mystery, and if you love sci-fi, unknown mystery, I think you will appreciate this. The graphics looks amazing, considering the fact that this is a game that's developed by a small independent studio. They also worked on the Banishers, and the Banishers is a pretty good game. I would also recommend checking out Banishers. Uh, so we'll continue this tomorrow night, uh, part 6, and we'll see what we can discover tomorrow night and what's going on this planet. You know, I have my theories of different realities, different dimensions, but that's what makes you want to continue playing this game. It's the unknown, right? To figure out what's going on here, what happened here. There's so much mystery here, unknown mystery. What happened to this crew? They all just disappeared, or did they go to a different dimension? So there's a lot of unknown in this game, and I think that's what makes it so unique and intriguing because you want to find out what happens, right? By continuing, investigating and discovering to try to figure out what has happened here, what's going on here on this planet, you know. So we'll continue this tomorrow night, part six. Okay. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Thank you very much. And I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you all. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. And I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you. Thank you very much.